Well, hello, and welcome, everyone. I am your host, Lizzie, right here in Toronto, Canada. Welcome to the LizyT Show. How are you doing this wonderful afternoon? Fallish. We started to get into the fall weather. Some of you are already missing the summer, like I am. My goodness. But I hopefully you enjoy it. I did. I was on the pool all the time and doing my walks and doing a lot of great things with lots of vitamin D3. So hopefully you had the opportunity to do the exactly the same thing. I'm here today. You're thinking, Lizzie, Sunday. I thought that was the day of rest. Well, this lady, this sweetheart that is going to be showing up in a couple of minutes, she's behind the scene. We met through a workshop that we're doing. Actually, it's more than a workshop. It's a community. It's a sisterhood, a brotherhood, and I have to thank T. Teresa Corazon for bringing us together. And man, I can talk about it all day, but it's not about me. It's about my guests. So I'm very honored to be able to have her here today talking about a brand new book that she has published while we're doing this workshop. And it's not just a book, it's just a memoir. It's a proclamation and so much more, but she's going to tell you all about it. You can see it on the screen right now, and she's that lovely young lady, and I'm so honored to have you here today. Her name, as you can see right in the middle of the screen, very little, but I'm going to give you a little background. This is a poet. Her name is Navreet Pabla. She is a poet, an educator, a community builder, for those whose lives are in the intersection of healing. So there's a lot of background here, a lot of issues, but we're going to get to the heart of it and segue to that to identify the inner power. That's really what the book is all about. The name of the book is If My Heart Could Talk. Love the title. Love the title. And a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, if my heart could talk, what would it say? Well, her heart is talking. And through this wonderful book, it's going to come up very, very soon. It's a debut poetry collection that explores themes of generational trauma. A lot of you that are listening and watching right now have traumas. And if she's able to write about it and express herself and come to a healing place, maybe it could help you too. Navreet's mission is to help others to return to their truth. What is your truth? That's a good question, isn't it? Whenever she's on stage or in a classroom or guiding a meditation group, Navreet invites others to remember that, and I love this quote, you're never too much, you were just never met with enough. Love that. Love that. And I think I'm going to be using that if I get the permission from Navreet to use it, because you're never too much. You're just not enough for now. I love it. So without further ado, everyone, welcome her to the stage, Navreet. Hello. How you doing,
Wow,
sweetheart?
I am amazing after that intro.
Well, you deserve it. We've been going back and forth, everyone. We were supposed to have this done another time, but I think this is the right time, right? There's always a right time for certain things, and I think this is the right time. She's very close of publishing her book. Well, rather to promote to do signing, which is coming up soon. I will share the dates in 1 second. But first of all, what inspired you? I mean, to talk about trauma, personally speaking, I wrote my first book and I know exactly what traumas are all about. What inspired you? Question number one. And how do you feel about talking about those personal issues? And now that you are out in the open, you are in the open and telling everyone, hey, I've gone through trauma and I'm healing. If you must feel vulnerable. So I got two questions for you right from the get-go.
Whew, okay, so I think there were a lot of parts of me that always had something to say, but I did not know how to say them. And, I've done a lot of writing. I mean, every day since I think 2016, I have been journaling, probably even earlier than that. And it was never stuff that I would ever feel comfortable kind of sharing out loud. So, this book is a lot. It does consist of a lot of things that I wish I was able to say. And, in here, I share that I wrote this book not just for myself, but for anyone who has dealt with a mother wound, a father wound, not being able to connect with your inner child. So thank you for mentioning Teresa, because she has really helped me. It's a coincidence because I started working with her when the idea for this book came out. So just so funny how that worked out. But her teaching has really showed me how to connect with my inner child, how to do, things in a more fun way. And so that's kind of the energy that I led with when I was writing this, is what are things that my inner child wish she had a chance to share and say out loud.
Wow. And does it feel, do you feel vulnerable right now that the whole world is going to know what you went through and what happened as a child? Traumas are very hard to overcome. And I think part of writing, I can speak for myself, personal experience, writing is a therapy, and it helps you to heal. And one of the things that I love about what you said is, hopefully, and I'm pretty sure that that's going to happen because it has happened to me, someone out there that is listening or they're watching this replay, they're saying, wow, I identify with child trauma. I identify with a parent or an uncle or somebody who hurt me, and now I'm able to heal. And if you were able to overcome those trials, then maybe by reading your book or going through your experience, I can heal myself as well. How do you feel that being open out there? Like, it's, I know for myself, it's like I'm naked.
Yeah, it does, because it's a lot of things that, I kept very close to me, my heart. And like when I look back at it, actually, I have not even shared this, but this is so we're doing a few different, what's the word?
Virgins.
Prototypes. Yes,
Okay.
versions of the book. But this is the first one, and I'm sharing it right here with you. So
Oh, I'm so honored. Congratulations. Oh, I'm so honored to be the first one to be sharing this with the world. And one of the things that I love about what you said, and going through the workshops together, right, being part of Rise, I've noticed how much you have grown, how much you're able to be visual, vocal, and share your opinions. And I know this is. I'm pretty sure you're not a mother yet, but it's like giving birth, right? It's really, finally I have my baby. I want to be able to nourish and being able to, for this tool to be used for others to grow and to heal, right? And to to come out of that painful situation, right? Is it something that you still struggling with, Navreet? The healing part, or if you look back, is a better process now? Now I look back and I said, those wounds affected me then. They're not affecting me as much right now. How do you see your transition?
yes. So there's a huge part of anything that I teach, which is, yes, we're, doing the healing every single day, every single minute, but there comes a point where you just have to focus on what's past that healing. So what I mean by that is, I think a lot of us can get stuck. I know for me, for many years, I was constantly in this kind of victim mentality that,
Mhm.
why is this happening to me?
I
What is,
understand.
why am I going through this? And instead of giving my energy to what I'm here to create,
Good.
what I'm here to put out into the world, what I want to share. So I
Mhm.
gave my energy more to this other thing instead of focusing it on what I actually want to do. So just by shifting that, like every day waking up, and it's like, okay, am I going to give energy to this thing right here, or am I going to give energy to this thing right here? So it's like every day making that choice to do something that.
Is positive in your life other than negative. I hear you and I love it. Good, good. How is your relationship now with the hurt? I assuming, but never assume, your parents. How is your relationship now? Is it better, or is it in a good place? I don't want to use words. I want to use, is it in a good place or is it better?
Thank you for asking this. What I can say is through writing this, I have definitely been able to identify patterns and behaviors that were just beliefs that I held. And in a funny way, like writing this has shown me like a different perspective, a perspective that's a little bit more healing. Instead of blaming the people who are meant to be closest to us, I know there's many reasons to do that, but kind of stepping back a little bit and being like, okay, I'm my own person now, I'm an adult, like what happened to me in the past. Very, very common saying, we don't have to identify with that, but actually putting it into practice takes awareness. And I think awareness is something that we're just so distracted that we forget
Mhm.
that we have that awareness, and we can develop that awareness. So awareness is the first step. And that's where this book is, I have it in the back here and I'll read it. A poem is a very powerful tool. And the words within these pages will bring you gently and beautifully to a deeper connection with your truth. So this is a tool, and I'm just so excited to, for it to find the person who can relate to the things that we're talking about today.
Absolutely. And that's really what one of the reasons that we write a book is to be able to leave a legacy. And I believe, Nabreed, that if we're able to help just one person, to, do a stupid thing, or just not to wanting to live anymore, or whatever the situation is, right? That I'm fulfilled. I'm complete. That's all I want. Just one person that can come back and say, "Hey, Lizzie, I read your book," or "Nabreed, I read your book and it changed me. It made me look things in a different perspective, and I was able to, overcome or help me on my struggle." So good for you. Good for you. I don't want to forget, because I know time runs fast here in the LizyT Show. What is the date that you're actually launching?
Yeah, so I'm launching on my birthday, September 19th.
Oh, happy birthday! Congratulations! Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That was a pretty rushed decision because I only met my publishers in April. Like I started working with them in April. So it's been like 5 months, I think,
Wow.
4 months. And to go from not even having an idea, I mean, I had a little bit of an idea, which was that I just wanted to write a book. And I think
Mhm.
that's enough. Just having that little bit is enough to get, the things in the background moving to help you get there. But I just had that idea that I want to write a book. And slowly the tools started showing up, the mentors showed up. And I'm like, okay, let's do this.
It was meant to be. And it's interesting because, again, for somebody who published a book already, so we always think that it has to be the perfect time, the perfect date, the perfect weather, the perfect cover, the perfect everything. And I'm telling you, that never happens perfectly. It just happens when it has to happen. Whether the cover changes later on, which I've interviewed many authors that later on, a year or 2 years, they decide to change the cover or update it, or have different version. That's what you want to do. So I think, even though you're saying that is a short period of time, I think it's a perfect time. And not only is in your birthday, which is a celebration to another year in this beautiful planet that God has created, but also another great celebration for the people that are going to be gathering with you and celebrating with you. So I think it's a win-win. And don't worry about being all perfect, because hey, we live in an imperfect world. So I think it's the right time for you. That's happening. Your book is happening on the 20th, correct?
Yes, yes, the in-person book launch on the 20th. I have a few tickets left. So, if you're in Toronto, please join. We are going to be, just celebrating what it means to heal, be honest, share your truth, and connect in community, connect in a way where you can feel seen. And that's what I want to cultivate on this book launch, because I think that's such a better celebration, along with celebrating my birthday, of
Of
course.
course, of course. So everyone, you see it right here beside. That is the book launch. If you're interested, the links will be here on my YouTube channel, also my website for you to connect. As she said, there is only a few tickets left. The prices is right there, and obviously we have none and other the Teresa Corazon right there at the book launch. We're also going to have Brie, which is a sound. How do you pronounce that? Alchemist?
Alchemist, yeah.
Alchemist, yeah. And we're also having Samantha. So it's going to start, as you can see it on the screen, at 1 o'clock and goes all the way to 4 p.m. The address is not here because you need to get those tickets. So click on the red button and get your ticket to be there that day. It's going to be a special day. If you follow any of those ladies right here, you should be able to come and connect with everybody. It's not just a book lunch; it's a celebration. It's a birthday party. It's a network. It's so much, and you're going to have a quite a bit of from 1 o'clock to 4. So it's going to be a lot of it in the itinerary. It's going to be a heart connection, an opening sound bath journey. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure that's from Brie. Circle, an intention, live poetry. You're going to be doing some reading as well, which is awesome. And community reflection, and there's going to be pictures. So that's a lot on the agenda. How does friends and family see this? Like, what is the feedback and Abri that you're getting from people saying that, hey, you're a student, you work at this place, you do this, and now you're an author? What is the response that you're getting from friends and family?
It's, this is why I'm excited to reflect back on all this after the book launch, because right now I'm so like indulged in this whole book launch journey, and I'm trying to like savor it as much as I can and just really be here and present, because whenever I look back at memories, it's always stuff that, you know, where I was in that go mode, like go all in. And that's what this feels like. And it's been really nice to be able to now share that with the people in my life, friends, family. And yeah, I mean, I already have a lot of family and friends who are attending. So I'm just really looking forward to reconnecting, creating new bonds. And one thing I love, and this is something I have always loved doing since I was little, is connecting people together. Like if I
Mhm.
see, and this is why I think all of us, especially in Rise, are really good at this. And Teresa is really good at this, is bringing
Mhm.
the right people with each other. And that's how you work in community. That's how you make stuff happen. So, and
Yes.
to see everyone there, I'm excited.
Yes, yes, connecting with everyone and networking with everyone, collaborating with everyone. Here we are together because of Rise. And I'm so, again, honored that this is your very first book. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the last that, you get to showcase. This is, I assume, but never assume, this is your very first interview about the book.
Second,
Oh, so I'm the second in a row. Awesome, awesome. So this is
actually, it's funny. It's funny we brought that because the cafe I read second to none. So I'm viewing each one as like its own magical experience because
mhm.
so yesterday was Nadia and she is an author as well. And I was on her podcast and I learned so much being a guest on her podcast. And today, the things that I'm learning, like I'm just mind blown with
It's like
this.
I can't believe that is happening to me. See how God is amazing, because you look back and we were talking about, why is this happening to me? Why am I do I have to go through these trials? Why do I have to go through these issues? And now tables are turned, and you're going through, and obviously you're receiving, right? I'm so glad it's happening to me. I'm glad that I have this attention. I'm glad that I have this book. I'm glad that I'm able to touch and connect with so many amazing people just in Rise alone. And I know your network is a lot bigger than Rise. So congratulations again, because this is another celebration that we were here yesterday. Let's not look back. The future looks a lot brighter and a lot better for you than it was yesterday. So that's incredible. The name, it always intrigued me. How did you come up with the name? If my heart could talk. I mean, did you double in different titles for your book, or this was it? You had it set, and I'm like, yeah. If my heart, if the wall, people talk about if the walls could talk, but now you said it. If my heart could talk, how do you come up with the name?
I started doing booths at events. So I needed something really fun to have at my booth. And I came up with an idea of doing a vote. So I've since, starting writing this book and the idea of initially writing a book came up, I wanted this to be like a community experience. So the events that I went to, I got people's input. So there were two titles. I started with four that I really enjoyed, but then I came down to two, which were The Daughter and Her Silence and If My Heart Could Talk. And I was 100%, maybe 99% certain that I wanted to go with The Daughter and Her Silence. But it was so surprising the feedback that I got back. And this is why I'm such a huge advocate for doing that research before choosing something, because you will be surprised by the people who want to read your book, the people who actually need your book. You might think you're helping one person, but then a whole another person profile opens up and it's like, what is going on? So yeah, a lot of the feedback that I got was that they really liked If My Heart Could Talk. So it took a bit of convincing, but I'm really glad I went with this. Um, yeah.
I love that you had a survey done, and a lot of us had come up with a title of a book. It's it's a toss between this and that. I thought about asking for feedback, but then I went with my heart feeling. But this is pretty smart of you to be able to ask your audience, ask the public, ask people that are, that know you better than anybody else, and that can say, you know what, you should go with this title. How about the cover? The working on the cover, was it something that you and one of the things that I asked those questions because a lot of us are really good at writing a book, but actually putting it in, doing the cover, bringing up the name, those are not our expertise. And tell me, it wasn't even mine either. So, how did you work the cover?
So this specific cover, truthfully, I logged on to Canva and I typed in book cover design, and something came up similar to this, or maybe it was the shade. I don't know what it was, but I went in, I started playing around with the different elements and the fonts. And for once, I stopped. Like, as soon as I had all of this, I stopped. I'm like, no more editing. This is it. Which is rare for me because I like to go back and re-edit so many times, multiple times. It's that perfectionist in me.
I was just gonna say, you're probably a little perfectionist there, and you wanted to make sure that it was 100%. And like I was saying earlier, that is never gonna be 100%. It's never gonna be to the. And I'm glad you had to say, your heart had to say, and not pun intended, your heart could talk. Your heart taught you. That's it. We're sticking with this. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And working with the publishing team, it has been really amazing as well because, they came back to me with some other designs, but again, I feel like it's following that first initial part that comes up, and we just kept going back to this. So yeah, I'm very
Awesome,
happy with this.
awesome. I think you are, and I think if you surveyed and everybody liked it, especially the name, especially the cover, it's going to be a great success. One of the questions that I asked and breed to all of my guests, and unfortunately, you're not going to be the exception. Somebody's out there listening to this and watching this as a replay, and they're saying, "Well, Navreet has it all together. She got it. She got down and she wrote her book. And oh my goodness, 3 months and she already has published." But I don't. It's not me. I do have an amazing story, and I do want to tell it to the world to help someone as well. But yeah, I'm not good enough. What would you say? What would be the words of wisdom that you have to somebody out there that have an incredible story and an incredible testimony, incredible experience that could help someone else? What would you say? I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I would say just take the first step and take the first step. That's all. And that's usually the hardest thing for, I know, myself to do, is to take that initial first step. But once you take that, you will realize that you just need to keep taking many, many first steps. So there's a quote, I think I have the book here somewhere, but there's a quote that I read from this book titled The Writer Says. I treat it like an oracle deck. So every day I will open a random page. And I think this was yesterday. I got the quote that, I forget the title of the quote. No.
What one of the things that I love what you said though is because a lot of people are afraid of taking that very first, and this is, we learned this at the Rise, right? We learned this Rise baby steps. It wasn't, and if you remember, you
I
can lift
remembered.
up go ahead now.
I remembered. I remembered. It's to treat writing specifically as if you are starting over from zero every single day. So there will be some days where you are
Mm.
perfection, like you are just so in flow, you're so divine, and it's just the words are pouring out. But then, especially writing this, I had many days where that was not the case. And I just did not want to do anything related to this. Like, I wanted to be away from the writing. And so
Yeah.
I can say, like, with each poem, there were tears, there was healing. So if you want to write a book, and you're sitting on the other side and you have a fear or you just don't know where to start, you can definitely reach out to me and Lizzie. Um, and I can definitely, take you through the process of just what it might mean for you to take that first step, like in your specific situation, what taking that first step might look like. So DM me on Instagram. But that's some feedback. That's some advice that I would give if I
Awesome.
had an idea or wanted to get my story out, but there's just a lot of fears. And one recent author that I might be working with, she, also had this fear. It was not really a fear. It was like we worked through this, but I think it really stems from, we think we have many ideas, but those many ideas are actually a distraction from doing the thing that actually matters and the thing that is actually deep within your heart. And we avoid really feeling into that. So again, I'm going to keep coming back to this because I really think it's a great tool and I just want to say, Lizzie, like, thank you for having me here and
Oh, you're very
allowing me to,
welcome,
share
sweetheart.
this. And yeah, I hope that, you're able to just take away the healing from the book.
Awesome, awesome. Well, one of the things that you said about the advice, which I love, is take the first step. And I know it's easy to say than it's easy said than done. However, it is exactly how you said. Some days the words just flow. You can type or write until 24 hours and you don't want to stop. And other days it's dry. And that's okay. And that's okay. Distractions are huge. I mean, I'm a mother, business owner, and all. It's huge distractions. They happen all the time. But take those days that things are just flowing to do as much as you can, because the dry days will come and then you can't do it anymore, or you're dry, you don't have ideas, they're not flowing as easy as other days. So I love your advice for you that are listening, and I love too that you're able to share with my audience if they need help to connect with you, and to say, hey, I'm here, DM me. And by the way, the DM is right underneath here, is Navreet.Pabla. And before we go, because I know times just fly here, if you are in the area or if you are free that day, don't forget to connect with her and go to the book lunch, which is right here. The link will be on my website and also on my YouTube channel for you to be able to. And remember, I'm on Instagram, same as Navreet. I'm Facebook and all over the place, for you to be able to connect with her and take this day, which is going to be a full day. As you can see right on the screen, there's so many things happening. We have Bree and we have Teresa Corazon coming, a great leader, great coach, and is a whole day agenda from 1 o'clock until 4 a.m. Connection, celebration, birthday party. Is there's going to be a derbs? I hear that you're also going to feed people.
Always.
Oh, right. What could be a birthday party without a celebration without food? The tickets are right here, as you can see it on the screen. Click, and again, is on the right underneath the show, right on my YouTube channel and right on my website, thelizypodcast.com. If you have any questions for me or for my guests, I'm here for you anytime. You DM me, as she said, or DM her directly. The IG is down here. Any last word, my dear friend?
Just want to thank you, Lizzie, for this episode. I hope that, you know, the healing that I think we are all going collectively through is something that we can begin doing together.
Yes.
And I think this like plays just a tiny part of kind of making that happen. And
Absolutely.
so I'm really looking forward to all the work that I know you're doing and all the other women in Rise. Like, what a powerful group of women. I am just
Absolutely.
so inspired.
Absolutely. I'm at awe as well. And again, meeting you through Rise has been an incredible honor, and having you here as the second podcast that you're talking about this incredible book, and talking about your life, and talking about your birthday and your celebration. I know it's going to be a huge, huge success for you, for your family and friends. And I wish you the greatest success and everything that you do. And I know that a lot more coming. And again, I can say, hey, when she was starting, I had her on the show. So don't forget about me when you go up and big. Thank you so much, sweetheart. All the best, and we'll see you soon on Rise. Have an amazing day.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Bye, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe with another show, another guest, and another fantastic day. Bye. I'm Lizzie, your host. Bye bye.